Okay, guys, good morning to you. Today's 3rd of October, 2025. CRAZII Market Talk with KEL. Crazy anytime, anywhere. All right, so let's go into some fundamental first to start this morning. Okay, let's bring in the fundamental. Right, to start this morning, right, people have been asking me, how do I find all these incredible reports? So what I did is that actually I go to the home, okay, and that is where I subscribe to many good writers, okay, and I will just add them. So when they start to write any good stuff and I liked it, I will just do a simple thing like I like this one, example. I'll just love it, just give credential to the person, and then after that I repost it to my own personal Twitter account. Okay, that's how I do it. Yeah. So every 2 days, I will go through and then I'll find the best article and repost it into my own place. All right. So for those people who want to find me, you can find me here. Okay. Okay. Hold on. Under crazy.com. All right. Crazy.com. Okay. You can just find me. Okay. All right. Just can find me there yourself. Okay. All right. Let's go to the international front. Now, stock, as you can see, has closed out again record high level as investors shake off the shutdown concern. Now, I know that like a broken recorder, let's say my uptime time saying the same thing over and over again. He has never failed to, it's never failed to say this. When a market is at exuberance, right, meaning there's irrational exuberance, it will always create a problem to the market. Okay, this one you cannot run away, yeah. And because of that, at the moment now, you can see that the three leading indicator is all at a high level. Now the market now is betting that the Federal Reserve will come in to cut more interest rate now next year. The Federal Reserve is also betting, I mean, they were betting that, right? The Federal Reserve may even cut 50 basis points. Now I can tell you that this will never happen. No. Because first of all, right, Federal Reserve doesn't really care about what happened with the US government. That one is a very factual thing itself. Number two, the reason why there's a shutdown because there's no money left. Three, they need to print money. That's a fact, right? They need to print money, or they really need to basically get more investors come in, so to buy the government bonds. So that's how the government survive. Because the current now, the net earnings from U.S. government and the net cost that they're spending is not there. That's the reason why the U.S. need to keep on borrowing money to cover their expenses. Yeah. Okay, so there will be no chance of a Federal Reserve cutting more interest rate because of that. Okay, this one can put it away. But then why the market is buying? Because the market now is buying that the Federal Reserve will print more money or they will actually could get more investors come in. So by cutting interest rate itself, right, will be a lowering of costs. Yeah. So now the thing is this, the Scott Bessent says that the GDP will see a hit as a result of the current government shutdown. Of course, there will be a hit when 750,000 people are not working. Obviously, it will become a problem. Yeah, that is the reason why there is no non-farm payroll tonight. Okay. Now the thing is this: everybody now expect this lapse to be a short while, a brief one, and then after that it should be able to close at 6,700 for S&P, and then after that itself, right, they should be looking at a higher level. Okay, so basically everybody is just holding up and they don't really need to be bothered by this. Everybody feel that the market should be going well. So the non-farm payroll, you can see here as well, the economic data blackout shows that there will be not released. Okay, there'll be no non-farm payroll tonight. Okay, and Federal Reserve is expected to announce an interest rate cut as upcoming October. Okay, that is confirmed. It will be only in October. Yeah, so we double check with this again, the economic calendar. Now, some of you ask me which one is a good site to see economic news. I think investing.com is pretty good. Yeah, go to investing.com. You can get the app also can, or go online. And after that itself, right, you just need to find under the you can go under wait let me see under news. Then after that you can check the what do you call, the news site itself. Okay, you can see all the different news over here. And then of course, if you want to have the calendar is here under tools, economic calendar. Okay, and once you come in, there'll be a lot of things. You can filter it. Okay, filter it properly. And then for me, I only filter the top ones. So you can see for today, there is only the non-manufacturing prices, the PMI, nothing with the non-farm payroll. Okay. All right, so that is something to take note of. Now, the government side itself, Donald Trump thought that the shutdown is an unprecedented opportunity to cut more Democrat priorities. So in fact, they feel that the shutdown now is good because now Donald Trump can cut away some agencies that Democrats are holding. So that is a very interesting way of looking at it thing, but he's a businessman, as you said. Now, Intel, we know that US has bought a lot, and I've been telling my friends around me that since US government coming to buy the share, of course the share will go up. Don't need to sing on. So the Intel shares went up by 50% for last 2 months. Yeah. So the government actually come in with $16 billion to take a 10% stake in the company. So you can imagine that why the company shares doing so well. Okay. So that is why Tom Lee, one of the very outright bull, he says that S&P will be topping at 7,000 by the end of the year. So he said, don't be fooled by the shutdown calamity talk. Okay, so this one I try to go in and take a look. Okay, now Warren Buffett bought a lot of Occidental Oxcam. We know that, and now basically they purchase it. Okay, they purchase it. All right, to buy the OxyChem for $9.7 billion. All right. So the deal basically makes his largest buyout. Okay. Now it's not the whole company, it's OxyChem, yeah. So don't be confused, yeah. So why he buys that, right? You can read on your own, but basically it's how he been buying a lot of Occidental, right? So we all know that OxyChem manufacturer, okay. Sorry, what does it mean? Hold on now. I saw someone write in Vietnamese. What do you mean by that? Let me just translate and see what do you mean. Yeah, prepare myself on this. Yeah. Oh, okay, for this phrase. That one I'm not too sure how to settle for you, my friend. Okay, so the OxyChem basically they do water treatment, healthcare, and commercial chemicals, yeah. So that is what is happening right now. Okay. Now the Treasury Secretary. Okay, this one I think is a similar thing. I'll talk about that. Okay, now that is all I have for you for the economic front. I hope that you enjoyed this session. And now let's go to the market, shall we? And we see what to expect for the market. Yeah, let's go. Okay, hold on a minute. Seemingly there's a bit of jam up again as usual. Now, recently I felt that my Zoom is not very stable. Yeah, not too sure why. Okay, still not able to bring out my thing here. Okay, hold on a minute. Yeah, I may unshare the thing first. Something wrong with the sharing at the moment. Not too sure why. Okay, let's move again. Okay, 1 minute. Here we go. Okay, so let's look at the US Dow Jones first. Seem to be a bit of slowing down on my side here. Here we go. Now, okay, refresh screen. Okay, here we go. Now, as you can see, the US market now is still very bullish because the KSI is green. The KCX has been bullish for the very long time. So that is the reason why you can see almost every time when the color change from red to yellow, it's almost a buy on the next day. It's a very strong bull market, okay? When you see CCRY, and after that, the market immediately go up, right? That actually means the market is very bullish, okay? All right. So vice versa, if you see CCYR and almost instantly it sell down, that means the market is actually very bearish. Yeah. So you look at it right now, right? So CCRY, the market immediately didn't really go up, but still maintain upside. This one went up. This one went up. So that is why now the market is still very bullish at its moment right now. Okay. Now, for a market to turn down, if you notice this by now, all right, one thing to show to you, I mean, I just cross-check another screen here, and you can see this better. Okay, now everyone take a look here yourself. Okay. Now, if you want to have a sell-off in the market, you need to have this. You notice this, the market, whenever they want to sell down, you will notice that it's always the same common thing, is that the market must close near the high. Do you notice that? Only occasionally we see a doji like this, occasionally. But if you look carefully, before the market sell off, right, the next day the market closed near the high again. So it's almost like a purposeful thing, is that they purposely want the market to push it up all the way and let every retailer come in. And then when the market is at the highest level, and that is where the boys will dump. So if you want to see the last few days, you can see why the Dow Jones cannot really come down despite all the very high valuation of the market, right? It's because the market didn't close at high. So now the thing is this, if the market can close somewhere near the high for today, right? This is Friday, then maybe we can see some selling. Okay. Now this selling, if it happens, it's not going to be very interesting. Why do I say that? Because you notice this on the KCB. Um, okay, let me just push it to you. Okay, if the market do actually, stop here today, example, and this is the highest point, the next KCB, okay, let me just change the color. The first KCB that's nearest to it will be somewhere around here. Okay, right? But the next KCB, if you notice this, it won't be the next one here. It won't be here. It will be all the way here. Wow, okay. So this is a very big piece of meat that I'm actually looking at right now. So I'm waiting for my turn. So from the market breaks down the KCB, if we do come down, right, there will be a potential downside of 550 points. If let's say there's one day there'll be a pullback. So I'm just waiting for this to happen because if you look at it, right, it always seems to be like that, yeah. So there is all these tails are blocking the what do you call the TP point. So that's why the next KCB will be here if the market do come down. Okay. So before that, I think we just put it away first and we just concentrate on today's market. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so today's the opening price is 46,529, the MLP 46,480. So as long as it stays above the MLP, there's no way you should be a seller. All right, above OP, it should be a buyer. Now, the first target you should be going for with 46,650, that is the pivot one. Okay, that's a pivot one level. And the KSI is green and the KCX is black. So overall, it's kind of bullish at this moment right now, and it's also above the MA30. So basically, the short-term time now is bullish. Okay, it is bullish. And if you look at the 5-minute chart, let's look at the 5-minute chart. Let's see the 5-minute. All right, you can see very clearly what happened this morning. Okay, everyone take a look. Okay, a bit slow my side, huh? Okay. So morning we don't trade, right? So we don't bother about this in the front, but there is a diamond over here, right? So have you see a diamond here? You just have to put a diamond line with the white line and you put it in. Now watch everybody, this is very important. Can you see right now? Yes, I told you before about diamond line. So when the market breaks above the diamond line, if you buy, it's nothing wrong. In fact, it's perfectly right. But as you can see, after that itself, the price came back down and you notice that it actually touched the diamond line many, many times. Now, this is a very typical sign of the market will go to rebound soon, okay? Very typical sign. And that is why I keep on saying that if the market do hit the diamond line like this, it's a very good time to actually look to buy, right? So for you people, if you actually on screen right now, take a picture of this, then you will know that why it's a very strong buy, yeah? Okay, so from here, you can see that the market bounces here and then it went up, right? So with the KSI green in color, that gives you a very strong validation of for the upside. Okay, now down the market is coming down a little bit, right? So let's do a simple mathematics. Everyone take a calculator up. Calculator. Okay, I show to you now a very interesting thing for today. Okay, suddenly my whole my whole laptop like slow down like that. Not too sure what happened. Okay. So Calculator take out. Okay, so the OP is 46,529. Then you plus the KCB, sorry, the KTR plus 1, 46,704 equals, right? Then you divide by 2, you get a number 46,616, right? 46,616, okay? So if you actually now understand what I'm trying to do now, you will notice something very interesting, everybody. All right, if you notice that, okay, I now take this away and I put a line here, and I put the color, make it a bit more flashy for you, and I change it to 46,000 616, right? Okay, and I press OK. Right, you can see that that is the middle part of the Dow Jones, and that is where the market has to go past 616. Then it will go towards the KTR plus 1. Got the idea? Okay. So now maybe you'll just photo a little bit. Maybe you just come down, ding dong, and try again. You know, it's possible, yeah. The boys are still buying. Now, vice versa, if the market do come down later on, okay, you can do the same thing here. You just take the okay, very slow inside here today. Okay, take the opening price and the KTR minus 1, and you do a divide by 2, you get somewhere around 46,430 plus. Okay, so that will be a number. If anyone do for me, let me know. I'll key in right now. So this is how it works here. Now, yesterday we have an example whereby the gold was something similar like this, and the gold went up first, right? But then there was no diamond here. So by right itself, everybody, you must understand when there's no diamond, the current diamond that you are seeing right now, right, is still gonna be the one. So which means by right now, right, there should be a diamond line that is rested here, right? Okay, like this. Okay. So which means that if the market later on do come down and break this diamond line, there's a very high chance the market may be selling. Okay, so again, watch out for all these telltale signs. Yeah, not 100%, but at least you know that it might work. So guys, upside itself, it may go to a 616, and after that it goes higher all the way to the 46,704 level. Now I saw Jonathan, you're giving me the number, right? Oh, Dennis also. So 616, okay, that was earlier number. So 46442, okay, so they have given me a number already. All right, Jonathan has given me a number. Thanks, Dennis, also. So we get the number, right? Just change the parameters, and you get 46,442. Hey, something wrong in my email restart computer. Okay, and then we press OK. There we go. So that means that if the Dow Jones later do come down, it will stop around here, and that means it will go through MLP, right? So if the market breaks OP, it will go through and go MLP first. So if those want to do a scalp job, you can aim to sell below OP, make sure the candle is red color, and then aim for MLP because the 0.5 is here, so the between journey itself is MLP. So a scalp job can be done over there. That means that for a quick bite, if the market do come down, break OP, right, to go to MLP because it's a part of the journey to the plus minus 0.5. So therefore, there's a very high chance this will be triggered. Okay, so this about most 50 points, not too bad. Good money there. So if anyone want to trade there, let me know. Yeah, okay. So that is how it works. Okay, got idea? Okay. So that is how you do the intraday trading with the Dow Jones. Very simple, right? Now, actually, whatever I share, whatever it is you do on Dow Jones, Nasdaq, S&P, it's the same throughout the. Right? We don't need to care too much about what product are we looking at. What do we need to look at it, especially? No need. Do we know the news? No, no need. Everything is just numbers and figures. Yeah. Okay, let's look at gold right now. Yeah, I think you got an idea of how to do this. Yeah, let's try this again. Okay. Okay, so gold today we have a DJDD. DJDD. Now, yesterday we talked about DJDD on gold, and gold really went up first and came back down, right? Remember that? Okay. So now the thing is this: the gold opening price is 3856, the MLP is 3862, so which means that MLP is on top of us. So by right itself, the market has a bit more selling pressure if it goes below OP. Yeah, take note of that. Now, one thing to note: yesterday the gold is also a BNB, right? Let me take a look. The high yesterday. Okay, hold on. The high yesterday was 3896.96. The previous day, 3895.32. Okay, so it was a BNB. Now, what does BNB stands for? BNB is a professional program word. It stands for a potential reversal. Yeah, it's a BNB. BNB stands for big movement. Now, for those who want to know the professional trader program, I'll share more with you later. Yeah. Okay. All right. This is the big movement bar. Now, take note of this. Okay. How does it work? Basically, you can see that this particular candle, the high is higher, the low is lower. Doesn't mean you care how the opening and closing is. Okay. So now remember this BNB. Okay. So now I'm going to change this away. Okay, I make it faster. I can get my chart to come in on here. Today is a bit slow on my side, so you need to just bear with me today. My internet is good. Just said don't know why. Okay. Okay. Someone want my AI company. You know, right? No problem. Okay, hold on. Let me just find my screen here itself. Okay. All right. This is the professional trading program slide this system, yeah. Okay, I'll bring the code in. Okay, just wait for a while, everybody. Okay, here we go. Yeah. So we have a BNB for sure. You can see that when you have a BNB, it will give you projectile. So everyone take note this number. The number on top is 3974. Okay. The important level that the market must break is 3896. So which means that the market has to break above 3896, then there's a possibility to see 3974. So this is the BNB projectile. Now, if the market is to break downwards instead, the low can be all the way down to 3741. Okay, 3741, yeah. And the level that it has to break down, take a minute, is 3819. That means that 3819 is going to be a very important support. So now the current price is 3856, right? So if the gold want to go up, it has to go past 3896 first. So 3856 to 3896, all right? That's a distance, right? So the market must climb towards this level first. There we can see the 3974. So vice versa, if the market do from 3856 break to 3819 and breaks below 3819, then we see 3741. Now, all these are just based on yesterday's chart, yeah? If there's going to be a new BNB coming in as the days goes by, then the number will all change again at the same time, okay? The numbers will change also, yeah? So do take note of all these little important details, okay? All right, so since a BNB, then why do I want to bring this in? Let me just show you something very important. Okay, you can see that, okay, when you see BNB, usually there will be a bit of pullback in the market, okay, on the top side. So that's why we are looking at that, yeah? Okay. Okay, hold on. Let's go back to our normal premium chart, okay? So let's just now look at the whole chart right now. And you can see that the KSI is green, the KCX is black. So let's just look at the 5-minute and how do we handle this trade here itself. All right. We have 40 people online today. That's incredible. Thank you very much for all my friends from Vietnam, I think, all coming in to listen to this morning session. Yeah, that's very good. Okay. All right, so let's go through slowly, step by step, how will you trade gold? Now, first of all, you shouldn't be trading gold this morning. Why? Because the GTH hour isn't here. That means that it's only like about 12:30 Singapore time, then you can actually trade officially. But if you have started the engine because of you are excited to trade, is that wrong? No, wrong. Okay, so first of all, why this morning the gold went up? Now, do you notice that whenever there's two diamonds that's very near to each other itself, which called the double diamond, the double diamond strategy is that when two bars, two candles, right, two diamonds within the 5 bars concept. So you can see that when there's two diamonds appearing within the 5 bars, usually it could be a market bottom. So if you follow the strategy, you would have drawn a line like this on the blue arrow, right? And you draw like this for the 4 diamond, right? You notice that after you draw, right, the next 30 minutes, the market stabilized across the diamond line. It's exactly what you saw earlier yourself. Then when the market stays above the diamond line with the boys buying now, take note, guys, the market is sideways, right? But the boys buying was very, very strong. So once the market breaks above the diamond line, immediately the market shoot up. Now, some of you ask this question, KEL, why didn't you take profit at KTR +1? Why you take MLP? Now, you remember, guys, I told you before, right? For our strategy itself, right, when you're buying something, look up. The nearest technical point will be the first technical point. You cannot say, oh, I want KTR +1, so I bypass this MLP. No, in fact, you should take this MLP seriously. What's MLP again? It's a mid-level price, right? Something I created since 1999. So you can imagine now why the market stopped there, because this is the mid-level. If the market can go past the mid-level, it will go to the next level. But now, if you can see very clearly, it stopped here itself. That was where I know that there's a problem. So I immediately asked you guys to take profit, especially when I see the KSI was actually coming down. Compared to earlier, it was gushing up. Now it was coming down. So again, these are the technical points that you can watch on the screen to follow through. Now, the market got itself resisted at the MLP. The candle turns red, so that means that below, I mean, you can sell if you want to, but because it's above OP, I don't sell that. So, but to sell, it's not wrong, yeah? So someone asked me when to sell. I said you can sell somewhere around here if you want to. Stop loss is put here. No? Now, why I put that? Because this is the candle where the highest point is, and coincidentally, it's near the MLP. But I did tell my friend, put a bit higher because the market may purposely touch it, yeah? So you can see now the market basically didn't follow through. Okay, then it came down, touch around the near OP, and then a blue diamond appear. And this way is very important information. You actually put a diamond line here, and the market purposely touch MLP again for the second time. Now, when this happened, we all know that the market is trying to tell you that, hey, you know what? I'm rejecting the MLP. So once the market goes below OP, you don't need to ask me. You can actually sell here and stop loss just for here because this is the first red candle. So imagine now, everybody, take a look here. If you sell somewhere around here, the stop loss is here. So this is your X, right? Look at the market. It came down more than 2x, okay? More than 2x. So you could take some profit along the way. Now, a lot of people, when they trade this way itself, right? When they see the market don't go to KTR -1, they feel short change. They think the market is wrong. But you must understand the range that you just give yourself is only here. All right, and the market gave you so much. So actually, if you look at it, it's more than 3x's. If you make 3 times your profit, but because everybody trade very, very small, right? Because they are quite uncertain to this. Hence, therefore, even when the price come down to here, they feel that profit is too little, which like only like $10, $15. They think it's too little, so they don't want to take profit. And then after that, they forgot that the market is dynamic, and you can see the boys keeping the buy, and that's why the price move up again. Okay, right. Of course, sometimes you say that sometimes you also put KTR -1 +1. Yeah, that's because I realize that there's nothing for me to put that I can put. But in this case itself, right, we have something different here. Okay, so now what should we do, right? Very simple. Okay, I'm just slow down here. There's a stack diamond here. Put a line at the stack diamond, which is somewhere near the OP, right? Okay, so what does it mean? Very simple. If the market now stabilizes at OP, it will go back here again. And if you break MLP, it will go here. It's as simple as that. So vice versa, if the market break the OP mark, the first level it will be here because a lot of people will have long the market, they'll be caught by putting a stop loss here. Now, if you don't think that is correct, you can use the system again and just have to draw the system down a little bit. And now everyone take a look here itself, right? Let's try it. The OP is 3856. The KTR minus 1 is 3840. So the midpoint is 3816, right? So 48, correct? Well, 56 plus 40, I mean, then divided by 2, we get 48, right? Correct, yeah. So because of that, everyone take a look. What's the low of the day today? The low of today, low is 3847. The low here itself is 3847. So it's really at the 0.5 mark, and then it stopped there as well. So that is the reason why we sometimes will do a 0.5 mark, just to give us a bit more buffer, just to give us a bit more idea why the market will stop there. If the market crashed down below this 3847, of course, it will be going down to the KTR minus 1. So got it, guys? If all clear, press number 1 right now. Yeah, I hope that you guys enjoy this session. I'm putting a lot of effort to make sure you not only come in and listen to me on our market view, you also learn something on how to do scalping, how to improve your trading, how to understand the system better. Okay, so now you can see that the market red color is somewhere around here. The boys are selling. So same thing again, if the market will want to break down, it will break below OP. If it doesn't break above OP, if it doesn't break below OP, then MLP will be retested again with yellow candle. Okay, so is that how you work with that? Okay, all right, guys. So that will be all for today's session, because today we talked a lot. So I want to go into Forex and stuff like that. We just talk about gold and Dow Jones. If any question, please text us in the group chat. I'll be more than happy to service you. All right, that's all for today. Thank you very much for waiting. Thank you. Take care. Have a good day, everyone. Bye-bye.